Welcome back to the Filipino FM channel, your home for Filipino Football Manager content. Today, we are back with another Football Manager 2023 experiment. We are creating the dumbest player ever with otherwise perfect attributes to see how they do. So here is our dumbest player ever. He has perfect technical attributes, perfect physical attributes, but ones for all of his mental attributes. So he is horrible mentally, but he is otherwise a perfect player. And I've even gone into his hidden attributes, and I've given him perfect hidden attributes as well, just so that doesn't hinder him. He has a current ability of 149, and since a current ability of 149 is about an average English Premier League player, I have decided to stick him on Southampton, just because Southampton's in the English Premier League. They're a team that I like, and they were relegated. They were 20th this season, currently lying 17th because of alphabetical order. So we've stuck it on Southampton to see if our dumbest player ever can help Southampton at all. I've also decided to name our dumbest player ever Lloyd Christmas Dunn, after the Dumb and Dumber characters Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn. So I thought that'd be a little fun reference to the movie. I did also mention it earlier, but his current ability is 149. So if all 20s is a perfect 200 current ability, then you lose approximately 51 current ability by having ones for all your mentals. But that being said, you can have a 200 current ability without having 20s for all attributes. So I'm sure he would have a lower current ability if he had normal technical and physical attributes. But this is what happens when you have a perfect player who has the worst mentals that you could possibly have as far as his current ability is concerned. So we're going to see how our dumbest player ever does over the course of career. I have made him Filipino, so I'll be interested to see if he helps the Filipino national team out at all, and if they're able to maybe make some progress as far as the Southeast Asian Games is concerned, and how many caps and goals our dumbest player ever might get. But otherwise, we're going to see how he does with Southampton in the English Premier League. We have frozen his attributes, so he will be like this for the rest of his career, and we'll see how he does. So with that, I think I'll fast forward 3 years to the end of his contract with Southampton, and we'll see how he's getting along then. See ya in 3 seasons. Welcome back. We are on the 26th of June, 2025, and our dumbest player ever is still at Southampton, with actually a pretty huge transfer value, 39 to 116 million pounds. So he is rated highly in the game, and he still looks exactly the same. But let's look at his career stats to see how he's doing there. So our dumbest player ever has actually performed admirably. He's made 105 appearances in 3 seasons, racked up 9 goals and 11 assists, but averaging a 7.14 rating. So our dumbest player ever is actually doing quite well. And clicking through his career stats here, I'm surprised at how few penalties he was taking. Honestly, I would expect a couple more goals just given his and assists, just given his adeptness at free kicks, corners, and penalty kicks. But overall, he's playing very well. I'm sure that the better physicals and technicals are helping him to have those higher average ratings. And again, looking at his kind of attribute distribution, we did see previously in our perfect technical versus mental versus physical video, which I'll link somewhere up if you're interested in that the person who had 20s for mentals did have the worst performance out of all of them, which suggests that the mentals might be the least important of the attribute categories. So I'm not surprised to see our perfect but dumbest player doing so well, but I'm a little surprised to see that he's playing at such a high level in the English Premier Division. I certainly wasn't expecting 7.1 ratings. I was thinking he'd be closer to like a 6.8, 6.9. But overall, a really good start to his career, and he's developing into a really good player for Southampton. And as far as the national league team is concerned, he has definitely broken in 22 caps and 10 goals. And it looks like the national team has actually improved, considering that I believe they were maybe 130th to start, 131st to start the save. So got all the way up to 104th. So he's definitely helping out the Philippines national team. He is considered one of the top players. He's actually the key player for the team. So overall, a bright start to Lloyd Christmas Dunn's career, and he's doing quite well. So, given how well he's doing, I am curious to see whether he will end up moving away from Southampton. So, I think we'll go 5 more years into the future to see if he's still at Southampton. This will be at the end of his contract, and we'll see if he's made a move or whether he's still kicking around St. Mary's in the English Premier Division. We'll see you in 5 years. Welcome back. We are in the year 2030, and Lloyd Christmas Dunn, our dumbest player ever, still at Southampton, still kicking around at the age of 23. Looking at his career stats, he's played a lot of games. He's averaging a really high average rating, and he's getting a few goals and assists. It looks like his best season was this 7 goal season, only 2 off of pens. Honestly, our dumbest player ever is doing really well. With the national team, 56 caps and 29 goals. World ranking up to 99th, so a little bit of an improvement if we look at the history. Up and down, they've kind of settled in around 100th in world rankings, but overall, he's helped the Philippines to improve quite well. That being said, quickly looking through the Philippines schedule, it doesn't look like they've won anything or made any significant progress out in the group stage of the Asian Cup, not making any significant progress in the Southeast Asian Championships, and obviously no World Cup as well. So they are improving overall, but it hasn't been enough to make any significant strides in any major tournaments. It also seems that Southampton has weaponized his physicals and technicals. He runs with the ball through center and possesses that long flat throw. So they are taking advantage of that long throws and that pace. And honestly, it seems like the mentals, the great technicals and physicals just renders the mentals not as important. He's still playing very well. He's playing at a high level, above a 7.0 level. He's got 30 goals and 28 assists, which I think is very respectable. And he's made over 250 appearances since joining Southampton. Honestly, our dumbest player ever is really solid. He's doing even better than I think I thought he was going to do. But with still no move away from Southampton, at this point, I think I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed at Southampton the rest of his career. But hopefully, we'll have something exciting and maybe see him move to a bigger or smaller club. But until then, I think we'll just continue to the end of his career and see how our dumbest player ever did. See you then. So we are in the year 2043. This is the last time that we see our dumbest player in the game until he retires. So let's see how Lloyd Christmas Dunn is doing. And overall, he still looks great. They have continued to weaponize him with his player traits. He now also knocks the ball past his opponent. Oh, he hugs the line. They've actually made him a winger as well. That's really interesting. Probably, again, weaponizing that pace, crossing, and dribbling. Actually, looking at his stats, other than maybe off the ball and flair, Lloyd Christmas Dunn would be a fantastic winger. So I see what Southampton's doing there. Let's look at his career stats to see if that's helped him out at all. And actually, he's been brilliant. So we last saw him in 2030. I'm not sure when they would have made him a winger, but he has had significantly higher ratings. So other than this 6.82, he's had significantly higher ratings, a few more goals and assists. Overall, especially as a winger, I think our dumbest player ever has actually been kind of world class. I mean, he's been brilliant for Southampton. Looking at his career, 685 appearances, 102 goals, 74 assists. I mean, he's totally been on par with James Ward-Prowse and Matt Letizia. I'm sure he's a Southampton legend. I did say that a little bit in jest, but I was curious, and sure enough, under Southampton legends, we have Lloyd Christmas Dunn. Our dumbest player ever has become a legend at Southampton. I'm floored. That's amazing. And even better, Southampton finished 4th in the English Premier Division. They are playing Champions League football next season. And Lloyd Christmas Dunn must have had a part to play in that. So clearly Southampton's been playing very well. I'm curious to see how they've done in past seasons, actually. And surely Lloyd Christmas Dunn has definitely had a part to play in how well Southampton is doing. They finished 4th this past season, 8th the previous season, but getting as high as second, even finishing fourth and third a couple times, they've clearly been a team that's making Europe a lot. So ever since, actually, really since they've moved him to the wing sometime after 2030, Southampton has been an excellent team, making the Champions League on multiple occasions, and he does have the most league appearances out of any of their active players. So Lloyd Christmas Dunn has actually been quite brilliant for Southampton. And looking at his milestones, he has actually won quite a few trophies. In the past season, winning the Europa Conference League, the Europa League, the FA Cup, actually the Europa League multiple times, and the Europa Conference League twice. Also winning the Europa League 3 times, also a UEFA Super Cup. So overall, he's won a domestic cup, he's won multiple continental cups, he has more trophies than all of Tottenham. So overall, our dumbest player ever having an absolutely wonderful career. And as far as the Philippines national team is concerned, he has made 116 caps and scored 63 goals. Overall, that's really solid. Looking at their overview, it wasn't enough to win any honors, but they've gotten as high as 76th in in the world rankings. So overall, I mean, our dumbest player ever might have even had a bigger impact than some of the perfect players were doing. He's been really good. I did click through their schedule, the Philippines, to see if anything notable happened. No World Cups, no competition victories. The farthest they did get, as far as a major competition was concerned, was in the Asian Cup semifinal. Ended up losing 6-3 to Australia. But that is one of the furthest I've ever seen in these experiments. With Lloyd Christmas Dunn definitely having a part to play in that Asian Cup, as he did score a few times over the course of the Asian Cup to help lead the Philippines to a semifinal. And beating Iran in the Asian Cup quarterfinal for an Asian team, that is a huge result. So overall, I would say our dumbest player had a fantastic career. Again, looking at his career stats, averaging about a 7.2 rating over the course of his career, with over 100 goals and almost 75 assists, and that's just in the league. So overall, fantastic career for the dumbest player ever. And honestly, this is telling me that if you guys see a player in your save who has fantastic technicals and physical attributes but doesn't quite have it mentally, still sign them. Because clearly, I mean, granted, he does have perfect technicals and physicals, but he has the worst mentals in the game. And from our other video where we looked at the technical, mental, and physical attribute categories, it just seems clear to me that the mental categories just aren't as important as the technical and physical attributes within the game. So if you guys see a player in your save with fantastic technical attributes and fantastic physical attributes, and you're not sure about signing him because his mentals aren't very good, based on what we're seeing here, go for it, because he will still turn out to be a wonderful player within the match engine for you guys. So with that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was another fun Football Manager 2023 experiment to do. But again, thank you for watching. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.